With the latest news on the Dove, I'm Steve Johnson. Be sure to get our app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also watch the Dove on our website or on our Roku channel. Well, President Obama has removed a half-century-old ban on selling arms to Vietnam. During his three-day visit to Vietnam, the president said both sides have established a level of trust and cooperation, including between our militaries, that is reflective of common interests and mutual respect.
The United States is fully lifting the ban on the sale of military equipment to Vietnam that has been in place for some 50 years. As with all our defense partners, sales will need to still meet strict requirements, including those related to human rights. But this change will ensure that Vietnam has access to the equipment it needs to defend itself and removes a lingering vestige of the Cold War.
Now, the president steered clear of harsh condemnation of what critics see as Vietnam's abysmal treatment of dissidents. There's speculation a closer relation with Vietnam will act as a buffer against growing Chinese interests in the region. The search continues for the black box aboard the missing Egyptair flight that disappeared last week. Meanwhile, Egypt's president says a submarine belonging to his country's oil ministry is left for the site of the crash of the Egyptair Flight 804 in the eastern Mediterranean. The submarine joins other recovery efforts and left Sunday to join the search for the cockpit voice and flight data recorders, commonly known as black boxes. Egyptian Civilian Aviation Minister Sharif Fathi says other debris continues to be collected.
We have been recovering wreckage, we have been recovering human remains and other parts of the plane, and it's now in hands of our Army operation, and we will examine it once they finalize the process.
Now, last Thursday, the Airbus A320 crashed while en route from Paris to Cairo. Egypt's president says it'll take time to determine the exact cause of that crash, which killed all 66 people on board. No group has claimed responsibility for the crash. An Oregon senator is standing with his fellow colleague in supporting Bernie Sanders. The presidential candidate has been criticized by the Democratic leadership for staying in the race against Hillary Clinton. Last week, Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley said he thinks Sanders should stay in the race until a candidate is formally approved at the convention. Fellow Senator Ron Wyden told the Dove News he agrees with that decision.
I think it is very appropriate for Senator Sanders to make the judgment that he would like to go through to the end, the California District of Columbia. As I understand it, are his plans, and I certainly support him having the right to make that decision.
Now, Merkley is the only senator to stand in support of Sanders. Wyden has stated his support for Hillary Clinton. Let's take a look at the weather scene for this week, and we're going to see a change going on for Northern California and Wairika. Mostly sunny with a slight chance of rain today, increasing tomorrow. Temperatures also on the rise, 64 today, 71 for both Tuesday and Wednesday. Moving into the Klamath Basin, a slight chance of rain today with a high of 59, 63 tomorrow with some scattered rain expected, possibly extending into Wednesday as well. Along the Oregon coastal area, expect rain today and then clearing tomorrow, a high of 58 today, 61 tomorrow, 60 on Wednesday. As we move into the Central Oregon area bend, 60 today, a slight chance of rain, as well as tomorrow with a high of 64. In fact, we'll see 64 through most of the rest of the week. And for Southern Oregon, in the Medford area, 30% chance of rain today with a high of 67. Temperatures on the rise to 75 tomorrow. And that's a look at news and weather. You're up to date on the Dove.